All right, today, folks, we're going to just do a quick warm-up to get our bodies ready for class, right? Kind of low intensity. I like to do warm-ups where we're basically mimicking movements we're doing in class, but we're just doing them kind of like 50, 60% speed, just to kind of prepare our body, get us breathing, moving, right? So we're going to start off in a fighting stance. We're just going to twist and twist, twist and twist, right? What we're really focusing on, kind of our core, right? Our back, and it's just kind of getting our body used to the turning that's, so common in the techniques that we use for punching and generating power and kicking and stuff like that. Right? Now, if you want to make this a little bit technical, it's not a bad idea to think about making this into like a block, 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 block. All right, we're switching legs, 30 seconds the other side, just twisting, just getting our body ready. Nothing too hard. Nothing too fast. Just twist and twist. Twist and twist. Good idea to start getting your breathing rhythm down if you can. A little tricky when I'm trying to talk you through it, but breathe out. Couple more seconds of this one, and we're done. Okay, next move. We're going to stay with our feet kind of even. We're just going to shuffle to one side, punch, shuffle to the other side, and punch. Right? Let's start going. Now, as we do this, punch straight ahead. We're working on the kind of adductors and abductors, right? The inner thigh, the outer thigh, things like that. Trying to prevent injuries by just getting our body ready. If you're feeling a little bit more frisky and you want to punch with a little bit more intensity, I guess you could do that. Or if you want to cover more ground, right? So you can really start to hop a little bit more. But again, during warm-up, I generally recommend keeping it pretty easy, letting your body get ready for class. Okay, next move. We're going to go back into a fighting stance. We're going to do a jab, across, switch, jab, cross, and then you switch. Let's go. Jab, cross, switch, jab, cross, switch. Now you could do this stepping, or you could do this with a hop. Whichever is right for you is fine for you. Right, I'm stepping right now. Right, I'm hopping right now. Whichever, it's fine. Couple more seconds, and we're good. Okay. Next up, we're going to just take our back leg, we're going to knee forward, right? Just like that. Reset back. All right, turn sideways. You can if you want to, but there's no real reason to. Just wanted to give you the idea. You can think about making this into like a straight knee. You can think about making this into an upward knee. The important thing is we're just kind of activating these muscles. Not particularly intense. Particularly fast. Doesn't even matter which leg you're using. Because in a second, we're going to switch legs. Speaking of the devil, we're going to switch legs. Go for it. One thing I would encourage you to do is make sure that your base foot is turned out a little bit. Right? Nothing like hurting yourself during warm-ups. That's basically the worst thing you could do. Right? So step that out a little bit. Bring up our knee. Step that out a little bit. Keeps pressure out of your knee. If it hurts in your knee, you're probably doing this wrong. You should talk to someone, right, who can give you some advice. Either a doctor, sensei, whatever. Okay. Next move, we're going to be doing a tap down front kick. We're still staying in the kind of warm-up intensity version of this. All we're going to do is we're going to reach down, come up and kick. Right? I'll show you once from the side. Reach down. Come up and kick. Key thing here, make it into a reach, not really a stretch. If you feel like you're really activating and stretching your hamstring, you're going too far. You're just trying to make the muscles move a little bit. Right? So we're here, we reach down a little bit, we kick. And you can see I'm kicking kind of low. Right? We probably aren't testing our range of motion just yet. We're warming up that muscle group. And you might feel this in your lower back a little bit. Might feel it a little bit, like I said, your hamstrings, your glutes. That's fine. As long as you're just activating the muscle, not really stretching it. Okay, we're switching to the other leg. I'm gonna kick forward on this one. Time to want to reset there and go for it. Tap down, come up, tap down, and come up. One little bit of advice as you do this, try not to look at the floor, then look at the screen, look at the floor, look at the screen. Once you have the idea, pick something like, I don't know, 6 to 10 feet in front of you, and look at that thing, right? And by 6 to 10 feet in front of you, I mean 6 to 10 feet in front of you and on the floor. Okay, that way you can maintain eye contact with that throughout the movements. Okay, we're gonna get a couple stretches in. I'll be ready to do class. So start with our feet apart, a little wider than shoulder width. We're gonna bring our arms up, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna lean a little bit to one side and a little bit to the other side. Right now, in a perfect world, if you know the breathing rhythm for this, it's exhale, inhale as you come up, exhale as you go to the side, and you follow kind of your breathing rhythm. Working the intercostal muscles, the obliques a little bit. You'll notice I'm really focusing on reaching up more than trying to like collapse hard to the side. Okay, reach up, keep your spine pretty straight. Okay, next move, we're gonna do half circles. If you're familiar with this, great. If not, you may want to watch the first one. All right, I'm gonna come up here and turn to one side. I don't care which side, just as long as you turn to one. Get out flat as you can. Come across in front. The whole time, you're trying to keep your spine straight, or as straight as can be, really. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time. Hopefully you saw it. You can do it. Take your time. Try and be slower than me. Oh, that feels good. Start to feel that. Oh, your hamstring. Okay, we're gonna go with the same thing the other direction 2 times. So you turn, you get out flat, you come all the way out, really reach. Oh, feels so good. Go again, that big half circle. Go out, reach, 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 reach. And come up. Okay, now you can shake out your arms a little bit. If you want, your shoulders sometimes tighten up as you do that. We're gonna do that one more time, but this time we're gonna be doing the full circle. So instead of reaching out, I'm gonna go all the way to the ground, right? So again, biggest side, we're gonna do 2 each way. So I turn, you see I get down flat, but I keep going. I reach out, maybe towards one of my feet. Take your time, go over to the other side, all the way, and up. Okay, we're going again, same thing, slow and steady. And if you need more time when we're, doing this, if I'm getting ahead of you, feel free to pause this. Do as much stretching as you need to feel like you're ready to move. All right, I'm going the other side, taking your time. Big circle, trying to relax into that stretch. And come up. We're going one more time. Big circle. Big, 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 big. All right. So that's going to be our warm-up for today. All right, if you need to take a minute, get a sip of water, do a couple extra stretches, that's fine. We're going to get into the next part of class. All right, we're going to review 4 main punches that we're going to be doing, which is a jab across, a lead hook, and a backhand uppercut. Right? Those tend to be the 4 most common punches that we're going to be throwing in class, and self-defense and things like that. So we're going to go over them. We're going to go over some of the hand details to make sure you know the little things, right? Like where does your elbow go, where does your hand go, in order to really feel good about these strikes. So we're going to start off with our jab, right? As we do our jab, we start off in our fighting stance. We have our hands up by our face right now. If you look at it from the side, you can see one of my hands is a little bit in front of my face. One hand is close to my face. That's kind of what we want. They start up by our chin or our cheek, not down by our chest, right? So that's basic for pretty much every punch that you're going to do. When you do your jab, the thing I want you to focus on today is that your elbow goes up, not that your elbow goes out, right? So see the difference between this and that, right? that's one of the things that we're going to look for as we evaluate someone for stripes. So let's see your jab. We're going to just punch straight ahead. We're doing 10 together. Ready? 1, 2, make sure that elbow goes up. 3, 4. Now there are things going on with your legs. 5, but we're not really focusing on that right now. 6, we're focusing on, does your elbow go up? 8, 9, 10. Good. And switch your legs to the same basic idea. Make sure it comes up. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now, there are a couple of reasons why we want our elbow to come up. It's in a better defensive position for a longer period of time. It's still defending through this range of motion. As soon as it comes out here, we're exposed, right? It's also harder to see it starting, right? This is much easier to see if you're facing me in a sparring match or something like that than this is, right? This is hard to perceive. This is easy to perceive. So you don't want to have your elbow flare out as you throw your jab. Now we're going to throw our cross. When we throw our cross, we're going to just make sure it goes straight and it comes back. So many people follow through down, right? Or they let their hand kind of wobble down. We don't want that. We want to come straight and straight, straight and straight. Let's do a few. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, turning your body. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're going to switch to use our other hand. I'm going to do these sideways so you get a different point of view of it, right? As I do my cross, I twist and I come back. 1, twist, come back. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to turn, show you from the other side. We're going to do 5 more. And 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now we're going to talk about our lead hook, right? Now, when you throw a lead hook, and this is true for both the lead hook and for the uppercut, it's important how much you wind up and how much you follow through. Now, winding up is basically like if you play any sports, like, oh, I wind up and then I throw, right? It's an important part of throwing. It's an important part of throwing a punch where it helps you to generate power, but you haven't thrown it yet, okay? And then the follow through is when after you let go of the ball, right? How much more does your body keep moving? Because you have momentum, right? There's a lot of physics there. If you don't understand, don't worry about it, okay? When I throw my hook, the first part is the wind up. I want to get my hand just either in front of my shoulder or slightly outside. So you can see it. When I'm here, I wind up about that much for my hook. Not this, right? You can see how there's this big gap between my shoulder and my hand where I really wind up, and this is more like a wild punch, and my arm gets pretty straight. I want to keep my arm pretty bent. So you see I wind up, my arm is tight to my body. If you look at it from here, it's pretty tight to my body. If you look at it from this side, pretty tight to my body, okay? So we wind up, and then when we throw our hook, our elbow basically stops in front of our face, okay? You don't want to go all the way through, right? That's too much of a follow through. We want to keep it pretty controlled. Here and stop, right? So we're going to do some lead hooks, wind up, and then stop your follow through right there. Now you'll notice I'm still looking forward. So let's do it again too. I don't let my head turn, right? That's another little detail. I kind of keep my head on the target. Now, we can do things where we move our head a little bit, but we don't want to turn our head away, right? So you can see that time I move my head a little bit, but I definitely am looking at you, and you should be looking at me. We're going to do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, pretty good. Switch your legs, okay? Same basic concept, but I want to add in one little thing. When I throw my hook, you can see my arm is kind of like halfway out, right? If you look at my arm, it's bent that much. I do not want it to be too far, and I don't want it to be too close. We're not doing a really tight hook, and we're not doing a really wide out one. Kind of in the middle is where kind of our basic hook should be for you, right? So we set up in our fighting stance here and hook, right? I think I'm going to switch sides. I'm sorry. Ready? And wind up a little bit. Throw your hook. Wind up. Throw your hook. Keep going, wind up a little bit. Stop your follow through, again, elbows in front of your face, not too far. Ready? Let's do 5 a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going on to our backhand uppercut now. Last punch that we're really going to be doing today. When I do this backhand uppercut, how much does my hand drop down? Now, I see kids all the time do this big wind up. They come all the way down like they're trying to, I don't know, like they're throwing a softball underhand or something like that. I don't know what they're doing, right? And then they like throw way up in the air, sometimes even spin and jump like Mario or something, right? We don't want that, right? We want to come down to about here, and we come up to about here. What are the 2 heres there? First one, solar plexus. If you don't know where your solar plexus is, it's the part where if you touch the bone in the center of your chest and it goes down until it gets to that squishy part, that's your solar plexus, right? And then the top of your head is the second here. It goes up to about your forehead. Again, it doesn't have to be exactly that, but about that, right? So here we come down a little bit to about our solar plexus height, and then we come up to about our forehead height. You can see my face disappears. I'm still here though, right? So I'll turn a little bit so you can see the height better. Come down and come up. You can see that's about the same height as my forehead. Down and come up, about the same height as my forehead. Let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, switch your legs. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna be, again, at that same kind of an angle. Hopefully you can see how high it is, still see me, right? Come down a little bit, about as high as our solar plexus. We come up about as high as our forehead. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so those are 4 basic punches that we do really frequently in martial arts class together, right? The next thing that we might want to do is test this to see if you can do it under pressure, but just being able to do the basic pattern, reviewing that's important heading into like a pressure check. All right, we're going to check to see if you can do some of your punches maintaining form when we put something else in there to think about. That's one of the ways we create pressure. It's just making it harder in some way, have you think about something extra. And we're going to be working on our jab first. Now, when you do this, you're going to need something. Now, a few different things you could use. You could use like a plastic cup or a paper cup, right? You definitely would want to use something that if you drop it or smash it, you will not get upset. You want something that's pretty tough, but not like hard that it would hurt if you punched it, or it might break your wall, right? So plastic cup is a good one. Another thing you could use a plastic bottle, right? Something like a Poland Spring bottle, right? Hashtag ad, all right? Or something else like that. Whatever you're using though, make sure it's empty, right? If you get like a Coke bottle that's half filled and you start doing this, your house is gonna change colors pretty quick, okay? You could also use either a balled up pair of socks or some kind of a stuffed animal, or potentially even like a really squishy ball. Not like a baseball, right? Really squishy, right? Tennis ball probably is gonna be too hard to use. So something really squishy. So I'm gonna show you what the drill is gonna look like, and then you're gonna get to try it, right? So the level 1 of this drill is you take the thing, whatever the thing is, and you pinch it in your elbow like that. And that's kind of like a fighting stance, right? Now, if I do my jab the right way, which is my elbow goes up, this will shoot up in the air, and then I can catch it, right? So if I throw my jab, ready, whoa, whoa, oh, it got away. That's okay. Guess what? You're gonna drop it sometimes. Don't worry about it, right? You're here, you jab, it shoots up, right? You jab, it shoots, it got away. I told you, you're gonna drop it sometimes. Doesn't really matter. I'm switching to something else. I'm using my socks now, right? So let's try that. Your goal is to try and get 5 on each side that you catch. You're gonna drop some, don't worry about it, right? So set yourself up, got the sock in my arm, and go. Oh, I got 1. I got 2. I got 3. I got 4. I got 5. Now maybe you're ahead of me, awesome. I'm just gonna switch to something else just so you can see that it works with other things. All right, so I'm here, jab, had a harder time. And it is a little different as you switch to different things. Other things go up in the air, different speeds, different heights. I got 1 now. I got 2 now. Got 3. Got 4. Got 5. Okay. So hopefully you've been able to beat that level. If you haven't, you can pause this. Otherwise, we're going to keep moving on to a slightly harder challenge, very similar. So if you need to pause, go ahead. Otherwise, we're moving right now. Second version of the challenge. We're going to do a jab and then an uppercut. What's it going to look like? It's going to look like this. I'm here. I can do a jab, uppercut. Oh, didn't catch, but that's okay. You don't have to catch it. If you do, bonus points. So you have to do your jab and then try and get your uppercut to hit it. One of the tricks about the uppercut, don't punch yourself in the face. You gotta punch out. I have seen students in regular classes not even doing this drill. They do the uppercut, boom. I'm like, oh, sensei, somebody hit me. It was some crazy kid, wasn't it? And they're like, yeah, I know who though. I'm like, I do. You punched yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Right? So we're gonna get to that. Right? Again, it's 5 uppercuts following the jab. Try not to let it fall out of your arm. If it's falling out, change it. Oh, I gotta turn it that way. Ah, that works better. Ready? 1, jab, uppercut, catch for bonus points. Okay, ready? All right, I'm gonna switch to a cup because that water bottle is falling out of my hand. And again, I'm just trying to show you some of the different things. Jab, uppercut. Woo! I caught it. Jab, uppercut. I caught it. Jab, uppercut. Woo! There you go. And again, if you drop one, don't worry about it. It's part of the fun. I'm going to switch to the other side. I've done this a few more times, so, maybe I can do it a little bit cleaner than you, but practice makes us better, right? Jab, uppercut. Got away. Well, I have spare cups. I'll use my spare cups. Ready? And jab, uppercut. I got it. Let's keep at it, right? If you've gotten 5, you can stop and watch. Oh, that was a bad one. I don't like that one at all. Oh, it slipped off again. Again, you're going to miss it sometimes. That's okay. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to go on to the final challenge. Now, if you want to pause this, keep working on those, or if you just want to skip the final challenge, that's fine. This one's hard, right? This one is hard. We're going to do a jab, an uppercut, and then either another jab or a lead hook. You get to pick, okay? Doesn't matter to me which one you do. You will not be able to catch it afterwards, though, right? So it's going to be jab, uppercut, jab. It's going to go flying across the room, right? Or you can do jab, uppercut, hook, go shooting over there, okay? We're going to do this for about a minute together, and then we'll wrap it up. You can practice as much as you want to, but jab, uppercut, and either lead hook or lead jab. Your hands take turns, right? So let's get started. I set up in my arm, jab, uppercut, hook. I'll use the bottle. The bottle's right at my feet. I'll use the bottle again, right? Jab, uppercut. I didn't get it. That's going to happen, right? We talked about that. Maintain your composure. Ooh. Jab, uppercut, hook. All right, I got that one. I'm going back to the sock, right? Put it in my arm. Jab, uppercut. Oh, I didn't get it. I want to try the sock again, right? I can do better than that. Jab, uppercut. Maybe I can't do better than that. That's okay, right? I'm going to switch to the other side, though, just for some variety. Jab, uppercut, hook. Got a piece of it. I don't feel great about it, but I'm going back to the cup for a second. It makes more satisfying noise. Whew, whew. Ready? Jab, uppercut, hook. Oh, takes a lot of accuracy, a lot of timing. We're going one more. Last one. Good luck. Jab, uppercut, hook. There you go. All right, everybody. So you can practice that as long as you want, as long as you're not breaking your house, right? We're gonna keep moving on to the next part of class. All right, we're gonna spend some time on punch 3 together today. Quick review of what that looks like. You step back in a fighting stance, you do a front kick with one foot, roundhouse kick with the other. That's all there is to it, right? So it's a very simple technique. I'll show it to you once from the side. I step back with one foot, I front kick with one, I roundhouse kick with the other, and I'm sort of done, right? So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna just practice that 5 times together. Actually, it's simple enough. We'll do 10, right? So all together, step back, dodge, front kick, roundhouse kick, and then let's get back. All right, we're going again, start from even. You're like, hey sir, leave me alone. Oh, nope, I gotta dodge, and I gotta kick you a couple times, right? We're here, dodge back, kick, kick. Right now, if you feel like you want to go faster than me, go ahead. I'm kind of trying to make this slow enough that people can follow along. Step back, front kick, roundhouse kick, reset back, starting from here. Again, step back, front, round, reset back. Start with your feet in. Yeah, I'm going to try and do a few of these sideways, right? Step back, front, round, get back to my spot, wait patiently, dodge the attack, kick the dude who kicked me or punched me. Probably punch because it's punch technique. Step back, front, round, right? A couple things you can think about as you're challenging yourself here. Some height, some speed, keeping your hands up. We'll go into those kinds of details. Step back, front, round. Good. Let's do 2 more. I've lost count. Step back, front, round. We're going to do 1 more. Step back, front, round. Okay, so now let's start talking some details. In particular, the details I want to focus on today in the first section is how we walk forward, okay? When I walk forward and I do my front kick, I want to put it down so I'm open. So you can see the space between my legs here, right? A little bit of daylight, right? As compared to this, where I land very closed, which is going to make it hard for me to throw that next roundhouse kick, because my hips are closed. So that's the first thing. The other thing is, you can see this one better from the side, when I do my front kick, I want it underneath of me enough that I can throw my next kick easily. As compared to kicking it, falling forward, you can see my foot's not underneath of me now, and the next kick is a lot harder to throw. Okay, so you want to have a little bit open, and you want to have it underneath of you. All right, so let's try the same thing again. Probably won't do 10 times in these. Step back, kick, open, and then roundhouse kick. It's not as important if you're open or closed in the roundhouse kick for now, right? So from here, again, step back. You can see my stance is open. Front kick, still open. Roundhouse kick, and I landed open, but he wouldn't always do that, and that's okay, right? Again, step back, front, open, roundhouse kick, doesn't particularly matter. If you watch it from the side now, we're gonna do the same thing. I step back, underneath of me pretty well, underneath me pretty well, not getting my feet into that kind of a wide stance, all right? So let's keep trying it, right? I'll go with this side. In our fighting stance, front kick, underneath of me, okay? And when you step back, same idea, step back, feet are underneath. I didn't even go over that detail yet, but just kind of assumed. Good, let's do 2 more. Step back, front kick, and roundhouse kick. There you go. Okay, let's try adding in the next little detail, which is recovering back. Now, hypothetically, if I kick someone a couple times, maybe they're done. I kicked them, they're lying on the floor, I gotta disengage and go home, okay? Maybe I've hit them, they're hurt, but they haven't fallen down, and I still wanna disengage and go home, right? Or maybe they've blocked everything, and I wanna disengage and go home, okay? Either way, I've gotta separate and create distance safely. And that's what we're gonna talk about right now. Now, we could do the jab out option, right? But we're gonna be focusing on the footwork right now, okay? So when I'm here and I do my front kick, my roundhouse. As I back up, I want to maintain the same kind of stance, and I can take small steps to reset back in kind of a controlled manner. Okay? Now, if they're still up, you'd probably be looking at them. If they were kind of bowled over and no longer that, I'd be looking around to see if their friend is going to cause some ruckus. Okay, but if they're still a threat, maybe I'm keeping my eyes pretty focused on them. So we watch it again. You start from here. You step back. 1 kick, 2 kick. I back away from him. I don't take my head away unless maybe I see that he's no longer a threat and I start looking around and saying, hey, do you have a friend? He probably doesn't have a friend. If he's picking a fight with you, he's not a nice person. He doesn't have friends, right? Or she, I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna just work on recovering back, that kind of slow recovery, right? So from here, we step back, we front kick, roundhouse kick, and then recover back, right? Maybe you do the look to the side thing, maybe you don't. It's a habit of mine to do it the right way. Right, so here we go, front kick, roundhouse kick. He's on the floor, I would look, right, and back up. If he's not on the floor, I gotta still look at him because we're fighting, right? Here, step back, boom, front kick, roundhouse kick. Look at this guy as I'm backing away from him. Okay? Try, let's do 3 more. Step back, front kick, roundhouse, back away, back away, back away. Small steps. Again, starting from neutral, dodge the punch, kick, kick, back away, back away, back away. All right, one more time. Dodge the punch. I kick you again. Back away, back away, back away. All right, so big thing when you do that is when you back away, you can see the shoulders in front. If I move forward, shoulders in front. If I move back, shoulders in front. This hand stays in front. This doesn't really change. It doesn't twist a lot. So when I'm walking, I don't want to be like a walk, right? These kind of half steps allow me to maintain my stance. And at any point during these movements, I can fire with any one of my 4 limbs. I take a step out, I can still fire with any one of my 4 limbs, right? That's kind of what we're shooting for, is that as I'm backing up, I'm never getting to a place where I've lost some of my weapons because I maybe crossed my feet, right? Or I put my hand down or something silly like that, okay? So you want to be able to stop at any point and fire your strikes because maybe they get back up and they charge you or whatever the thing is, okay? So we're going to do a few more. Feel free to go faster than me, right? Again, I want to demonstrate kind of a slow and controlled speed so the people who aren't sure can look. But if you're like, I got this, go quick, right? Don't coast. Taking your time is okay when you're learning it, but if you're trying to be great at it, you gotta go quick. All right, we're going for about a minute. Ready, set, go at your own speed. Right, maybe you're already on number 2, that's okay, right? I gotta demonstrate for the people who are learning, right? Someday soon, we'll be able to have more than 1 person in the school doing things like this. At that point, well, we might have the fast kid and the slow kid, right? Whatever it is. Back up, back up, back up. Right. I want to do a little faster because, you know, I get silly. Plus, you know, you've done it enough times, you should know what to do. You can go a little fast. Good. All right. That's enough of that. All right, so that's something you can definitely practice. Thinking about that ability to recover back, keeping your feet underneath you, small steps, maintaining stance, all that beautiful stuff. But for now, let's keep moving on to the next part of class. When we work on a form like kata kick, being able to kick high is one of the major kind of requirements of doing that form well enough to get a strike or get promoted. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a few minutes and we're going to go over ways that you can improve the height on a kick, like a roundhouse kick or a side kick. Now, there are a few things that go into that. One is having good technique, right? Do you have the right balance, the right alignment, all that stuff? We'll go over that in class. That's fantastic. 2, flexibility, right? We could work on that. We're not going to be doing that one today. 3, strength. That's the one we're going to work on. The strength in our muscles that actually lift our leg up. And then finally, balance. Because if you fall over, you don't kick very high. Now, to do this, you're going to need something like a chair or a table or something that will not move, right? So for me, I'm using a chair, and you might want to stand a little bit next to it. You can kind of see from this angle a little bit next to it, because when I lean to do the kick, my hands are right over it, okay? So we're going to pick one leg. It really doesn't matter which leg you do, as long as you do one of them. You're going to keep it straight, right? And you're just going to lift up and down, up and down, all right? So we're going to do 10 of those. Ready? Set yourself up. Ready? 1, up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay. Now, if you need to switch our legs, which you do, you can either move the thing, right? Like I'm going to move the chair to the other side of my body and do it, or you could just use your other leg. Okay? Either way is fine, right? Or you may need to move a little bit one way or the other to be in the right spot. But whatever it is, find your spot. Other leg, we're doing 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're going back to that first leg. I want to show you a slightly different angle. One of the big things that you try and do as you do your kick is you don't want to let your behind go back and your head come forward. So when I go to do my kick, you can kind of see there's that line, right? Straight up, straight down. That's going to let you kick higher as you have better balance. All right, so we're doing whatever was your first leg. We're going to do 10 more. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and again, you can just walk over and use your leg going the other direction. I'll face towards you. It's a little bit easier. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Not easier to do. 5, but easier to talk to you. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so you might feel like, oh, those muscles are burning. That's good. That means you're getting stronger. Okay, next one. Almost the same thing. We're going to just change the angle a little bit. Instead of going up and down, we're going to go side to side. Okay? So if you watch my leg from this spot, you can see my leg goes side to side, and it doesn't really change height. And you could work on getting it high or low, whatever works for you, where you feel like, oh man, those muscles are on fire. Good. That doesn't mean you're going to catch on fire. It means you're going to get stronger. All right, so pick a leg. We're going to switch in a moment. Leg up, side, 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 side. You can see I'm keeping the same height, not letting it fall down. And you can point your foot like a roundhouse kick, or you can flex your foot. Ooh, almost lost my balance. Like a side kick. For this, it doesn't really matter. Whichever one you're working on getting higher, it's the same muscle groups that are involved. And let's put that down. Let's do the other side. I'll move my chair. Move over here. Same idea. Leg up, ready, in. Side to side. Side to side. Ooh. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, and we're going to rest. Shake it out. Now, you can play with this all sorts of different ways. If you want to make it harder, instead of doing straight up and down or straight sideways, you can try drawing things, right? Like, I'm going to make a box, right? Or you can do like a figure 8 or an infinity symbol, right? Figure 8 turned inside. Whatever it is, if you practice this, you'll get better. You can also do a higher number of reps, right? So we're doing 10. You can do 20. That's fine. Do 100. That'll hurt. Okay, but for now, I'm doing side to side. You can do whatever one you want, right? Last time on each leg, getting stronger for our kicks. Ready, and go. Side, side. And again, find a spot where it burns. If you feel that burning in your leg, Your behind, you're getting stronger, good. If you don't feel like it's burning, maybe make it higher and go side to side. Good, all right, stop. Switch, we got one more. Here we go. Feeling strong. Ready, and side to side. 1, 2. Try and keep your shoulders back. 3. Keep your leg up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so like I said, you can do that as many times as you like, and if you want to work on kicking higher and higher, that is one of the major components of improving your form, developing that strength in the sides of your legs. Lift them apart, get stronger, get faster. All right, everybody, let's keep moving on to the next part of class. So we're going to wrap up class today with a simple stretching routine. It's going to be 2 stretches on 2 different legs, 2 times. So each one's 30 seconds. We're going to be doing it for 4 minutes. The first stretch, you can use a belt for this, right? Like your martial arts belt is fine. You can use a regular belt, right? Like you used to hold up your pants. You can even use a towel to do this, just to get leverage. If you got something that you can wrap around your foot, you're basically good to go. And what we're going to do is we're going to lie on our back. We're going to bring up our leg, and we're going to start stretching for 30 seconds. Now, the things you want to think about doing here are keeping your head relaxed onto the floor. You don't want to sit your head up trying to reach. You want to be able to relax into this posture. You can also think about pulling your toes towards your face, which adds a little bit of flavor to it, especially if you pull your pinky toe towards your face. Right? We're just going to hold it there for a few more seconds. You can gradually increase the intensity. Good. Now we're going to transition into this next stretching. This is kind of the trickiest part, so I'm going to show you how this works. You're going to roll onto your side and bring your leg behind your back, like this. Now, I'm going to turn so you can see the back side here. When you have this, you want to have your foot going right into your behind. Right, so we're going to stretch for 30 seconds. The other thing that you want to do is you don't want this leg to be straight. You can kind of see this leg straight out underneath me. You want to bend it knee to your chest. I'll show you this, the other point of view in just a moment so you can get a look at it. And obviously after you've practiced these stretches, you'll start to recognize them. They get a little bit repetitive, but this is good for the front of our leg, our quadricep, into our hip flexor. Couple seconds. Good. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So we're going to lie on our back. We're going to just switch our other foot in. Right? Exactly like we did before. Oh, I lost my loop. Right? Straighten out your leg and let's go. It's good to breathe into your stretch. So if you're not doing this, if you want to practice this without the video at another point, it's actually a really good idea to try and do this for 10 breaths instead of for a specific period of time. Okay, so now we've got that tricky transition, right? As I roll over, I bring my hand over my shoulder and never really let go, right? And we're going to do the exact same thing, 30 seconds and stretch. And you can see I'm bringing this knee forward, right? I'm trying to stretch right here, right? And try and keep your knee low. Don't let it pop up this way. And definitely don't try and bring your foot next to your hip. That's super bad for you. Don't do that. You want to keep that alignment nice and straight. Slide out of scenes. I'll move over a little bit so you get this point of view. There you go. Okay, so that's the end of that. We're going to do the exact same thing one more time. So I switch my feet, bring my leg up, and I go. Now the first go around we talked about keeping our head down. Now we're going to talk about just kind of pulsing this. And what this means is you're going to bend your knee a little bit. When you bend your knee, your foot gets a little closer to your face. And then you straighten your leg a little bit. And then you bend it. And you straighten it. And what you're going to find is your foot starts creeping a little bit closer to your head when you do that. So you might want to do that a couple times, right? But for now, we're gonna do our rollover and stretch the front of our leg. And you can always add a little more tension by pulling down, pull that over your shoulder. And again, try and relax and breathe. Relax and breathe. Good. All right. Almost there. One more stretch to do. Switch your feet. Bring it up. Get yourself in position. 30 seconds. And again, we can do that pulsing trick of bend your knee a little bit. If you're trying to time it with your breath, you breathe out, you bend your knee. You exhale, you push your heel up. Oh, that's so good. We got to take care of those hamstrings. We did a bunch of kicks today. All right. And from here, we're going to do our last stretch. We're going to roll it over, twist, bring our foot behind our hand behind our leg behind our back. Ooh, been a long day today. Lots of striking and practicing. Get a little garbly mouth. And again, I want to emphasize the importance of bringing your knee forward. When you do this, it keeps your spine neutral and keeps you from kind of putting tension into your lower back, which is not the intention to put tension into your lower back. Good. All right. That's that. That's our stretch for the day. Good job, folks. Look forward to seeing you in class really soon.